Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime and I am back for another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Voyager class Terrorcon Battletrap. So anyway, let's just get right on into this guy by looking at that packaging. And as you can see, the packaging here has a nice big CGI render of Battletrap here on the front. Though it has a chain right here depicted on the front, yet there's no chain with the figure. False advertising. He's number 99, Studio Series, Battletrap, Hasbro, Transformers, Generations. Here on the top, Rise of the Beasts. Here on the side of the box, you got that image of him right there. Authentic Transformers! Here on the back of the packaging, we've got some nice shots right here of the figure itself, backdrops and all that, and there's a nice mug shot of him right there with a Decepticon logo for some reason. Wonder what that has to do with him. He's a Voyager class, and that's basically it for the packaging. And Battletrap here comes with a backdrop, which looks pretty good. Into the trash you go! And Battletrap here, besides that backdrop, only comes with the one accessory of this little mace right here. And it does have some chains molded in on there and some spikes, but surprisingly no chain to hook in there and have him swing it around. Like, why is there no chain but you advertise one on the box? False advertising. To get the mace hand on Battletrap, you just swing it open like this, and there's a little peg right there, and you just slide that in onto his fist, and then you just close it up, and then now he's got that mace fist thing. Someone is clearly ripping off somebody here. And now taking a look at Battletrap's head sculpt here, I love how he's got a very unique looking design, and also it's complemented by a very nice color scheme, which I feel like we don't see on very many Transformers nowadays. The orange and gray and the black really blends together well, and again, the face has that nice little bits of red, though I would have liked maybe some light piping to really bring it to life. But overall, this guy is a huge contrast to the original Battletrap, which we'll get into in a second. But again, overall, I think this design is really cool. Even though it's not based on any kind of G1 design or anything, it has a charm to it that I really like that brings back some of that Michael Bay-esque design to it, while also remaining faithful to that Bumblebee movie, more G1-esque shaped, G1-styled designs here. And again, overall, I love him, the truck bits and everything all over this guy. You can clearly tell he's a Transformer and he turns into something. Even right down here to the legs, and I feel like kibble is evenly distributed to the point where he feels the kibble on him is not too distracting compared to some other designs. And the toy itself, I feel like, invokes a really nice, intimidating vibe from the character, which I hope is going to be very equal to this guy within the movie as well. So yeah, very cool looking design here, and I do feel like there are bits that feel like that went a little unpainted, but overall I feel like Hasbro did a pretty bang up job getting this guy to look as he is. Very spiky and very industrial looking, especially with him turning into a tow truck. Going over Battletrap's posability, he has a ball joint at the head as well as a hinge joint due to transformation, which allows his head to look down. It can look up a little bit, move left to right, and not too much pivoting. Shoulders can rotate a full 360. They can move in and out. The shoulder pads can shift. He does get a bicep swivel, 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. And then, for some reason, they show in the instructions and in the promotional images that you can hinge these little hook things forward, like there's some kind of transforming weapon thing. Honestly, I just personally leave them right back there. No wrist swivel, sadly, but he does have a waist swivel, which the back is not tabbed in all the way, so it can accommodate to moving for some of the hips and other bits. Hips can rotate, they can rotate backwards, they can move outward very far. Nice thigh swivel over 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and then finally his ankles can move down, not really up, and then he has some nice ankle pivot. So really good articulation on Battletrap. For comparisons, here is the Studio Series Battletrap compared next to my last Rise of the Beasts figure I took a look at, the Studio Series Voyager class Cheetor. And then here he is with that original G1 designed Transformers Power of the Primes Battletrap, who also had the name. And yeah, you can clearly see this is just Hasbro reusing a name, but yeah, I think this guy looks really good compared to his G1 counterpart. I think they really nailed the design here. Now let's get into Battletrap's transformation. And here's taking a look at Battletrap's vehicle mode here. And like I said earlier, the figure has a charm to it, even though the robot mode and this vehicle mode are a little bit fidgety, kind of panely, and again, kind of a little rickety, but the thing is, there's something about this figure that has a charm about it that I just can't put my finger on. I guess it kind of invokes those long arm, those movie one long arm vibes. And also, I also love how the colors complement this design very well. Looking at some of those up-close details, as you can see, it does say GMC right there. I like this subtle little bit of grime right there on the grill, which has now been revealed right here. And again, I love the highlights of silver, and all the panel lining and mechanical detail looks awesome. That little bit of engine block right there poking out really gives this vehicle a sense of edgy and coolness to it, because that would never be on a regular tow truck. And the gray stripes and the orange colors here really give this figure a very nice look. I love the transparent orange light bar up here. And yeah, the hands are visible, but honestly, I don't really care. And the stripes continue right on to the back. And of course, you can have this little ball and chain, or just the ball, right here on the back hanging off of the hook. And the thing is, if you do not have this on the hook, this entire section does not really want to stay together, so I recommend keeping it right there. Plus, it makes it look like he can be swinging, he can fishtail for an attack, like that. Yeah, I play with my toys. Also, I think this little logo right here, the Bernie's Towing and Auto body, is meant to be a reference to my favorite human character in the live-action films. The figure does also roll fairly well, but at least it rolls just enough for me to get started on the size comparisons. Here is Battletrap compared next to the Cheetor figure right here. As you can see, they are definitely in scale with one another, realistically. And then here's the Studio Series one compared next to his G1 counterpart in his two separate components. So yeah, that is basically it for the comparisons. Another reason I am excited to see Battletrap in the Rise of the Beasts film is also because I found out he was being voiced by David Sobolov, who I actually met at TFCon. He's the voice of Shockwave from Prime, Blitzwing from Bumblebee, and Depth Charge from Beast Wars, and as you can see, I do get his autograph right there. Ooh, look at me flexing on you guys. Ugh. And yeah, that is basically it for my review on the Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Battletrap. And yeah, even without have seen the movie at this point, I still think this is a really good figure and a really good Transformers action figure, even without even knowing anything about this particular character. And honestly, I think this toy is what's going to make me think more positively about the figure, about the character, no matter how he's interpreted in the movie, because the toy itself is really good, and I'm already really hyped for him because he's voiced by David Sobolov, and so and the figure itself is really good and really well done. I just feel like it's a little rickety in some areas, but again, it has that weird vibe from like the old 2007 movie toy line look about him that I just really like, and I don't know what it is. I just feel nostalgic for this figure, even though this is a brand new character that has ever come out. And honestly, the only complaint I really have is why does this guy not come with a gun, and also maybe some wrist swivel, but specifically the gun, because technically he's supposed to have a gun, as we've seen in the trailer, And I'm like, what? Like, why does he not have a gun when we clearly saw in the trailer he has one? And overall, the figure looks great and looks accurate to what we've seen in those trailers and all that footage that we have seen. So and he looks to be a real badass. I cannot wait to see what this guy is like actually on screen and what his voice sounds like. But overall, I think this figure is great. The vehicle mode I think is good, and overall, if I had to give this figure a rating, I give him a very solid 9 out of 10. Again, he would have been a perfect 10 out of 10 if he just maybe included an extra accessory or some wrist swivel, just that little bit extra that would have pushed me over the edge about this figure. But overall, I think this guy is a definite pickup for anyone who is excited for the Rise of the Beasts film. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like on the video. Comment down below what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel for more Transformers and action figure videos. And I'll catch you guys next time.